Hello peoples, Bubba Ace here, and welcome to the Stage 1 finale of Tournament 16. We've had 100 incredible runs on this course, and so far, 16 of them have made it to the end to move on to Stage 2. There are 3 competitors left, however, to take on this course, and this will be their final appearance. Will they clear this course one last time before retiring? We shall see. Kicking off today's episode is the current reigning Grand Champion, Gunpei Shiratori. Gunpei Shiratori is the most recent Grand Champion on this course. He started off his Ninja Warrior Roblox career in the 3rd tournament, where he was one of many to complete the 1st stage, the 2nd stage, and even the 3rd stage. But like many, he would fail to reach the top on time, coming just short of achieving total victory. At the time, that would be the only time he would reach the 3rd stage, let alone the final stage, as he would only defeat the 1st stage twice in his next 6 appearances. First in Tournament 5, being one of only 6 to do so in that tournament, and the 2nd time in Tournament 8, becoming one of only 3 to do so in that tournament, after missing out on Tournament 7. And even though he failed the 2nd stage in Tournament 8, he would still finish in 1st place in that tournament. Expectations were high for him following that, but he would fail to meet those expectations in the next 2 tournaments, going out on the 1st stage. But he returned with a vengeance in Tournament 11, where he not only got his revenge on Stage 1, but he got his revenge on Stage 2, making it the 2nd ever time he's reached the 3rd stage. What made that feat even more impressive was that he would become the only competitor to reach the 3rd stage in that tournament. But he didn't stop there, as he would go on to defeat the 3rd stage and have another shot at the final stage where he achieved what he failed to achieve in Tournament 3, total victory, becoming the newest Grand Champion. It would all go downhill from there, however, as he would fail the 1st stage yet again in the next 3 tournaments, going out on the Jumping Spider 2 of those 3 times. But in the last tournament, he got back to the 2nd stage for his 5th time, only for the 2nd stage to come back and bite him. After competing for so long and having so many ups and downs, he has decided this will be the end of the road for him before disappearing into retirement. With that in mind, can he get back to the 2nd stage one last time, or will it be the 1st stage that has the last laugh? Time to find out. Here he is, takes on the 1st stage for his last time. Oh, starts out getting into the bottom of the first shish kebabs. Quickly recovers, through that nicely. Rolling boulder now. He should have no problem with this. And a little slow start on getting it rolling, but he's got it going now. And he's got it. Almost overshot it. Speed rocket, no trouble with that. What about the panel flips, which are still floating for some reason? Nails it. Jumping spider. He's failed this 2 times before. He got on it. Getting through it nicely. Ooh, skips right onto the bottom middle part of that jump there. Tackle tank now. It's at the far end. He's got to make that big jump. He's got it. Fourth wall. This hasn't been causing any trouble so far, and Gunpei's no exception. But this obstacle has been causing trouble for many competitors. Gunpei do it.
30 seconds.
And he's got the last pillar. And he's onto the vine climb. All he's got to do is get up this and reach the end, and he'll clear Stage 1. And he's got it, and Gunpei Shiratori is going to clear the 1st stage for his last time before retiring. And he does it with just under 17.5 seconds left. Well done to the current reigning Grand Champion. Yeah, he started out getting a little low on the first pair of shish kebabs, but he quickly recovered. It was pretty much smooth sailing from that point onward. Yeah, even here on the Jumping Spider. Yeah, he went jumped straight from the, middle to the bottom middle part, whatever. He's moving on to the 2nd stage for one more time before he retires. Well done, Gunpei. We will see you take on the 2nd stage once again. Our next Grand Champion to take on the course is Ninja Warrior Sasuke. Ninja Warrior Sasuke is the supposed older brother of Reality Pails. He made his debut in Ninja Warrior Roblox, competing in the second tournament and putting on a strong performance, making it all the way to the third stage and finishing in first place. He would go on to reach the third stage again in the following tournament, finishing not as strong as he did in Tournament 2, but strong enough to make him an all-star. And he proved that he deserved that rank in the next tournament by not only reaching the third stage for his third straight appearance, but by also reaching the final stage. And not only did he finish in first place for a second time, he became the next Grand Champion by achieving total victory. Unfortunately, he took a step backwards in the tournament to follow, as he failed Stage 1 for his first time ever and missing out on Tournament 6. He came back in Tournament 7, where he got back to the third stage for his fourth time, but his early exit there caused him to miss out on Tournament 8. He came back in Tournament 9, where he was one of only 3 competitors in that tournament to beat Stage 1, but it was also the first time he ever failed the second stage. Despite that, he still finished in first place for his third time ever. But in the following 4 tournaments, he would go out on Stage 1, timing out just short on Stage 1, and failing the jumping spider for 3 straight tournaments. While expectations were low for him from that point onward, he never gave up, and gave his all to defeat the first stage for his 6th time ever in Tournament 14, and getting back to the third stage for his 5th time, where he put on his best performance since achieving total victory in Tournament 4. In the last tournament, however, he would get back to the second stage, only for him to go out on the final obstacle, missing out on a 6th Stage 3 appearance. With his jumping skills deteriorating, he has made his decision to retire following his run on this tournament, not just on the course, but from Roblox entirely. With the skills he has left, will he defeat Stage 1 for a 7th time, or will he fail Stage 1 for a 6th time? We will soon find out. Here he is. He will also be taking on the first stage for his final time. Let's see if he can beat him one last time. And it begins. Bit of a slow start. He seems to be lagging a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be bothering him. A little boulder. No trouble with that. I don't know if it's because of his lag or if he's being cautious, but he's going a little slow. I mean, not too slow, but just, you know, slower than the average runner in this tournament. Well, anyway, we're going to skip on ahead to the, near the end of the war wall. He's beaten that, and he's still got under 40 seconds left, so he definitely picked up the pace. Pillars are due now. Can he do it? Will lag hurt him on this obstacle?
30 seconds.
No, it will not. He beats it with no trouble at all. Fine climb now. This may cause trouble. Oh, one little slip up. That's okay. He recovers. Oh, another slip up. But he's still got plenty of time. And he's gonna do it! Ninja Warrior Sasuke is gonna clear the first stage for his last time before he retires. He's gonna have his rematch with the second stage. Well done to Ninja Warrior Sasuke. Yep, he was lagging throughout most of his run, but it didn't seem to really affect him on the Pillars of Doom. He did have a couple slips up on the Vine Climb, but it wasn't any trouble at all. He got through, and he punched his ticket to the second stage one last time. We'll soon see if he can get his revenge on the second stage. Final runner of Stage 1, and the final Grand Champion to take on this course is the 2-time Grand Champion, Reality Pails. Reality Pails is the king of Ninja Warrior Roblox. He is one of only 2 competitors, alongside Kyle Ninja 3970, who has been competing in every tournament since the very beginning. And he started off very strong, as he made it to the 3rd stage in the first tournament, and got farther than everyone else, finishing in first place. While he didn't finish in first place in the next tournament, he at least improved from his previous performance, and resulted in him becoming the first competitor on the course to achieve the rank of All-Star. And he improved even further in a tournament to follow by not only completing the 3rd stage, but by also conquering the final stage tower to achieve total victory. Since then, he has had mixed results, as he failed Stage 2 in Tournament 4, marking the first time that he couldn't reach the 3rd stage. His next performance wouldn't fare any better, as he then failed the first stage for the first time in his career, but came back stronger than before to get back to the 3rd stage and the tournament to follow. But then in Tournament 7, he did the unthinkable. He made it back to the final stage and achieved total victory for a second time, becoming the first and currently only competitor to do so. Unfortunately, he would then fail the first stage in the next 2 tournaments, but he then made up for it by getting back to the 3rd stage in the course's 10th tournament. It later went back downhill again in the following 2 tournaments, where he would go out on stage 2 in tournament 11, marking the second time he's failed the second stage, and go out on stage 1 in tournament 12, marking the 4th time he's failed the first stage. But things start to look up for him again, as he would reach the 3rd stage back-to-back in tournaments 13 and 14, and making it to the final obstacle in both tournaments. But in the last tournament, his 5th ever first stage fail would come when he went out on the modified bungee bridge. And now with disinterest in competing, as well as other hobbies taking up his time, he has decided that this tournament will be the end of the road for him. Will he be able to achieve success one last time before he retires his crown, or will he suffer yet another heartbreaking defeat? We shall find out. We're with you, Reality Pails. We want you to succeed one more time. The journey begins. Starts off low in the shish kebabs, but no problem with the obstacle altogether. Rolling boulder now. Not rolling quickly. Beats it nicely. Speed rocket. No trouble for our 2-time grand champion. And flips. Also no problem for him. Now for the jumping spider. He said he was worried about this one. He gets through it. Oh, he's having a little hard time getting on, climbing up the obstacle. Starting to kill time, come on. He's got it now. And gets through it nicely! He rushes through it and he makes that quick jump to the, middle, that part of the jumping spider. A little, tough time pushing the tackle tank. Got through it nicely. And he beats the obstacle. Fourth wall. Bit of a struggle, but he gets through in one go. He'll do now. Now, this is the one he was worried about the most. Wasn't just the jumping spider, he was also worried about this one. One jump to go, can he do it? Oh no! 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 Reality Pails has fallen on the Pillars of Doom! He is out on the first stage! Oh, he was doing well to that point. I am at a loss for words. He was doing fine up to that point, getting through almost every obstacle. He had a little trouble in the shish kebabs and the jumping spider and the tackle tank, but aside from that, he looked really good. But on the Pillars of Doom, I don't know if he just jumped too early or he just jumped at the wrong angle, but he ends up undershooting the jump to the last pillar of the Pillars of Doom, and he couldn't recover. He ended up falling into the water. And Reality Pails, the king of Ninja Warrior Roblox, has fallen on the first stage. And the first stage has had his last laugh on the king. Oh, that is heartbreaking. I thought for sure he was going to go all the way, or at least get back to the second stage, but it was not meant to be. And Reality Pails retires his crown to the first stage. It has defeated him one last time. And unfortunately, Reality Pails' journey on Ninja Warrior Roblox has come to an end. Farewell, Reality Pails. You will always be the king in our hearts. And with that heartbreaking conclusion, we come to the end of Stage 1. 103 competitors stepped up to take on Stage 1 of this course, and after so many ups and downs, we have 18 still standing. Now these 18 Stage 1 survivors will have to take on the second stage, which features a couple returning obstacles, a modified obstacle, and a brand new obstacle. Left standing are 3 newcomers, 5 regulars, 6 veterans, and 4 all-stars. They've proven themselves on this course, and now we'll see if they can go even further. Let's see what they'll be up against. It begins with the returning flying coin. No real changes made to this obstacle. After that is the oh-so-infamous triple salmon ladder, which has been the downfall of many competitors since introduction. Once they beat that, they'll have to go down these two little tunnels, where they'll take on the spider flip, returning from Tournament 7, and has been moved to the second stage, no longer stage 3 obstacle. After that is the returning Domino Hill, returning from Tournament 11, and has been modified to be even more difficult than it was since the last time we saw it. After that is the Cyclone Steps. No changes made to this obstacle. After that is the only new obstacle of the stage, the Boulder Swing. Players will have to jump onto this little boulder and jump onto the swing their way across to the end, where they will take on the Metal Spin. Again, unchanged from previously. After that is the modified Thin Pack, which has been modified to be even more difficult than it ever has been. And our competitors will have 90 seconds to clear these obstacles without falling into the water. They're punched their ticket to the third stage. And we will see the first 12 of these 18 Stage 1 survivors take on this modified second stage. Will any of them prevail and advance to Stage 3? Let's find out as we head back down to the course, where Stage 2 is about to begin. Kicking off Stage 2 is the first competitor to clear Stage 1, obviously. It's a newcomer. Darrow is the best. Yeah, the first 3 clears of this tournament were newcomers. So we'll see all 3 of the newcomers who beat Stage 1 take on the second stage first. Let's see if they can pave the way for the experienced competitors. He gets through the flying coin nicely. Now with a triple salmon ladder. It's on it now. And oh, he had it, but he lost it, and he's out. Bad luck to him. Let's take another look at that. He was doing it kind of nicely, like he was making the jump in it, and it looked like he had it. He briefly grabbed onto it, but lost his grip and fell into the water. And Darrow is the best is yet another victim of the triple salmon ladder. Now we're on to Invincible Logan. He proved himself to be invincible in Stage 1. Now we'll see if he's invincible in Stage 2. He was the fastest newcomer to beat Stage 1. And his run is pretty laggy. Actually, looking at it more carefully, he's not the one who's laggy, it's the cameraman. Which is me. Why am I lagging? This is not good. I'm not supposed to have lag while recording runs. That's illegal. Well, he's beaten the triple salmon ladder, so he's definitely proven himself to be invincible against the triple salmon ladder. Gets to the spider flip. Alright, he's on to Domino Hill now. It's good so far. Onto that red domino. That's the first tough jump on this obstacle. And oh! I guess he undershot the jump to that second light green domino. Either way, Invincible Logan has been defeated by the redesigned Domino Hill. And now we're on to I Speedy Pancakes. And despite him being more of a wipeout competitor, where you kind of had to be fast, and the fact that he has Speedy in his name, ironically, he was the slowest newcomer to beat Stage 1. Granted, he wasn't the slowest overall clear. In fact, of all the people who cleared when the klaxon sounded, he was the fastest of them. He's all the way to the top of the triple salmon ladder, and he quickly drops. He couldn't get a jump onto that final bar, and he plummeted to the water. That's a shame. Well, that's the end of the newcomers. Get on to our first veteran to beat Stage 1. It's always Fail's first jump.
2 hours later.
He is showing absolutely no respect to the gates. Anyway, this is his second appearance in Stage 2. He last reached the stage in Tournament 14. That tournament, he went out on the Delta tank. But that obstacle's no longer around, so I guess technically the boulder swing will count kind of counts as the Delta tank's replacement. Even though the obstacle or the 5th obstacle of this stage is the Cyclone Steps, but what can you do? Anyway, it's on to Domino Hill now. Will he be the first in this stage to beat it? He's going through it nicely. This is definitely more of a time waster, but well, it's not just a time waster, it's both a time waster and where you can fail if you're not careful. Well, this is it. He'll be the first competitor to take on the new boulder swing. Can he get through it? Boulder nicely. No, he couldn't get past the swing. He rushed it, and he ended up bouncing off the swing. Let's take another look at that. Yep, he jumped onto the boulder nicely. It started going backwards, but then he got forward on the boulder, which caused him to move forward, but unfortunately he rushed it and ended up bouncing off the edge of the front of the swing. And always fails first jump is the first victim of the boulder swing. And now we're on to the first of the regulars to beat Stage 1 this tournament. It is Skylight James. He was the slowest to clear Stage 1. And look at that, he's actually going to respect the gates. What a nice guy. Now I'm happy that he beat the first stage for his first time ever, this tournament. Let's see if he can beat the second stage for his first time ever. On to the triple salmon ladder now. This has been a downfall of many, including 2 today. Alright. Doing it. Oh, he doesn't get a good running jump and undershoots the jump to the third set of bars. Can you do it this time? There, he's back onto it. He does it again, but he saves himself again. It's not often one is able to save themselves in this obstacle. He does it 3rd time, and again, he undershoots it. He is not getting a good running jump. Does he not know how to do this? Well, now he knows what to do, but he jumped a little too soon. He didn't have it that time. But he's still continuing to save himself. It's incredible. No, he can't do it a 5th time. He keeps saving himself, but the clock is ticking. It's great that he's saving himself, but because he can't make that jump, no! For 6th time, he can't do it! Come on, Sky! You can do it! At least beat this obstacle! He does it! He finally is on to the last set of bars, gets to the top, and he's beating the triple salmon ladder, but look at the time, he is low on time! I don't think he's gonna have enough time to clear the stage. But he gets past the spider flip, yeah, even if he were to, blaze through the rest of the stage, he's not gonna have enough time! The domino hill's been it's a time waster, and the klaxon is now sounding. He just beats the obstacle, but he doesn't have enough time. And that's a shame. It's great that Skylight James managed to save himself so many times in triple salmon ladder. That's never happened before, but it's all for naught, and he has run out of time. I guess it's safe to say that I guess it's better to time up on the stage than fall in the triple salmon ladder, or just fall on the stage altogether. But either way, Skylight James has timed up on the second stage, just as he beats the Metalsmith. He's going to do it for good measure. Now let's take another look at his run. He was looking fine up until the triple salmon ladder. In his first 3 attempts to get into that 3rd set of bars, he did not get a good running jump. He just went for like a straight upward jump before he attempted the jump, and that's not how you're supposed to do it. But finally, on his 4th attempt, so on, he figured it out, but he jumped just a little too soon, and even then, he kept on the side jump technique. He eventually made it work. It's usually where you're supposed to jump and turn forward, but he apparently took him 7 attempts to eventually get the jump, but his time was already really low, and by the time he got to the metal spin, his time was already up. Next one up is regular Shane Daniels. This is his first appearance on the stage, but 2nd ever appearance on the course, which he last competed in Tournament 8. So after an 8 tournament hiatus, he is back for his 2nd appearance, and on his 2nd appearance, he's onto the 2nd stage. Kudos to him. Alright, he's onto the triple salmon ladder now. Getting through it nicely. Onto the 2nd set of bars. He made the jump to the 3rd set in one go. Yes, he does. Oh! He actually kind of overshot or walked off that top of the 3rd set, but he recovers. He's back on now. He doesn't overshoot this time, and he's beating the triple salmon ladder. That cost him a bit of time, but he should still have enough time to clear the stage, as long as he knows what to do here. He beats the spider flip. Now for Domino Hill. Going a bit slow on this. I guess he doesn't want to make a mistake here. On to Red Domino. Oh! He overshot the jump to that first light green domino, and he is out on Domino Hill. Next up is Potatoes M. Alright, let's see how he does on the 2nd stage. Flying coin. Gets through it nicely. Clears it. Triple salmon ladder now. Can he do it? Ooh, he almost overshot that 1st bar. But he's still alive. 2nd bar now. Gets through that. 3rd bar now. He doesn't get it, and he ends up plummeting into the water. Bad luck to Potatoes M. Up is the Cool 22, the first veteran, well technically the second veteran to clear this stage. Alright, this is his second straight appearance in the second stage. Last time he was on the stage, he fell on the triple salmon ladder. Alright, passed the flying coin nicely. And now for the triple salmon ladder, he gets to have his rematch with it. Can he beat it this time? First bar done. Bumps his head again. Does it? Gets to the third bar. Having a hard time getting up it, but he's caught it, and he's beaten his nemesis, the triple salmon ladder. Alright, let's see how far he can go. Spider flip. Does it nicely, and he clears it. Domino hill now. Slow and steady approach on this obstacle, I like that. And he's beaten Domino Hill! Ooh, almost overshot the dismount. Well, gets bounced off it, more or less. Gets past the cyclone stairs. Now for the boulder swing, can he beat this? Yes, he does! And now he's onto the metal spin. It's down to 30 seconds. He should have plenty of time to clear the stage, as long as he can get past this obstacle and get past the thin path. And he's beating the metal spin! About 20 seconds now, he takes on the thin path. He should have plenty of time to do this. This obstacle's been made more difficult. Some of the jumps are now even higher than they were before, like this one in particular. Uh-oh, he's having a hard time getting up it. Klaxon sounds, come on, the cool. Come on, Dak. Gotta get up it now, come on. Oh, he knows what he needs to do, but he's just not jumping at the right spot to get on top of that third pillar, third black pillar, and his time is up. The Cool 22 has fallen in the second stage. He ran out of time just before he hit the water. But Dak is out. He was so close, but that third glass pillar on the thin path messed him up. He just couldn't get over, and by the time he did, his time had run out, and even still had time, he still ended up overshooting it. Let's take a look at the replay. He had a little bit of a struggle in the triple salmon ladder, but he eventually got past it, and he conquered his nemesis. And he was doing so well up to that point, but on the thin path, he got through the first two of them pretty easily, but on the third one, he just couldn't get up it. He eventually knew what he needed to do, but he just wasn't able to jump at the right spot. And by the time he did, his time had expired, and then he ended up overshooting it anyway when he finally got up it. But nevertheless, Dak has fallen on the second stage. So close, yet so far from victory. Well, that was disappointing, but we must move on. We're now on to 27,300 man, who is making his second straight appearance in the second stage. Although, unlike Dak, who completed stage 1 the first time in the last tournament, 27,300 man is disrespecting his gates. And he dies.
Respect the gates! Respect them!
As I was saying, unlike Dak, who cleared the first stage for his first time ever in the last tournament, 27,300 man will clear the first stage for his first time in tournament 14. He missed out on the last tournament, so technically it does count as clearing the first stage for 2 times in a row. Last time here, he fell on this obstacle right here, the triple salmon ladder. Can he beat it this time? He cannot beat it, and he's fallen on this obstacle for a second time. We're now on to Triple F15, the next regular to take on this stage. Onto the flying coin. Gets through that nicely. Now for the triple salmon ladder. Triple salmon ladder. He's got triple salmon. Oh! He almost slipped up that first part of the triple salmon ladder. Looked like he slipped up, but somehow he hung onto it and got up it. That was incredible. And he's cleared the triple salmon ladder. Well done. Alright. Spider flip now. Oh, he can't get around the first time. Can he get around this time? Yes, he does. He made the jump. No, he doesn't. He undershoots it. He couldn't grab on, and he is out. Let's take another look at that. First time on this, he just couldn't jump around the first time. It was a bad jump, but he got around on his second jump, and when he turned to his body to make it done, that's a good strategy, but yeah, he just slightly undershot it and just couldn't get a grip on that board, and he is out on the spider flip. The spider flip has claimed its first victim as a stage 2 obstacle. And just like that, we're already down to just 2 competitors left to go today. I know there's still more to take on the second stage, but we're only seeing 12 of them today. We just saw 10 of them go out on the stage. Will the final 2 do any better? Let's head back down to the course and find out. Okay, now we're on to the last regular of this tournament, and the last regular standing. It's the Coffee Addict. Let's see if his unhealthy coffee addiction can get him through the second stage. Dadgum lamps. Technical difficulty, but he still got the idea that his run has started. I guess his coffee addiction did get him through the first stage. He's lagging a bit, and it's showing. He can't get up. He's having a hard time on the triple salmon ladder, but it looked like he had floated to that third set of bars. Yeah, he's lagging, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him that much. So apparently having a coffee addiction makes you laggy, but it seems to be doing wonders for him. Gets through Domino Hill quickly on the Cyclone Stairs, or Cyclone Steps. There's a difference between steps and stairs. The stairs is shaped like a staircase, while the steps are just, straight steps. Roller swing now, can he get through this? Yes, he does! Metal spin now. Down to 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Metal spin. Slow and steady approach. But it pays off here. He almost undershot the dismount platform. Now onto the thin path. The Dak struggle on this obstacle. Will the Coffee Addict struggle on this? A little bit, but he gets on top! The Coffee Addict is gonna beat the second stage! And he's just gonna barely beat the Klaxon as he mashes the button. The punch is taken to the third stage. The Coffee Addict had become the first competitor to clear the second stage. He was lagging throughout most of his run, fed on the triple salmon ladder, while he did undershoot the jump to the third set at one point. He ended up looking like he was floating up at some point. But nevertheless, he got through the remaining obstacles with not a whole lot of trouble, despite his lag. It did not hurt him at all, but he ended up getting through the thin path. Only took him 2 attempts to get up that third glass pillar on the thin path, and the Coffee Addict is moving on to the third stage. He has just proven that this stage can be beaten. There's still one competitor left to go. Will he join the Coffee Addict? We'll find out in a second. And here he is, the final competitor today, is XNE Leaves. And he's going to wave hi to the camera before he starts showing a little disrespect. Of course, he's going to fail the gates. Now I have no confidence in this guy. Well, he did last reach the stage in Tournament 13, where I think he was a lot more respectful to the stage at that point. This time he's showing it no respect. I guess that's his way of getting back at the stage for taking him out last time, but the course has proven to bite back if you disrespect it. XNE Leaves beats the triple salmon ladder with no trouble at all. Spider flip. Gets through that quickly. Yeah, he wants to beat this stage quickly. Never mind that he wants to clear it, he wants to get the fastest time. He knows that a certain fast competitor is on this stage, so he wants to try and outdo him. Gets to the Cyclone Stairs quite nicely. A little struggle on the bowler swing, but he gets past that. Middle spin now, rushing through this one. He's not going to take his time out. Oh, wow! He just jumps to one of the other one of the metal bungee cords. I've never seen that happen on this obstacle. XNE Leaves has done it. He's beating the metal spin, doing it first at something. Thin path now. Oh, he's kind of caught in that third pillar, but he gets on top of it, makes the jump, and XNE Leaves is going to clear the second stage with 16 seconds left. Wow, unbelievable. That was incredible. Yeah, on the triple salmon ladder, despite struggling a little bit, he beat it. That's what took him out last time he was on the stage. And on the metal spin here, look at that! He just jumps to one of the bungee cords on the metal spin. That was the first. He did get caught jumping up to that third glass pillar on the thin path, but he eventually squeezed through and got on top, and he is moving on to the third stage for his first time ever. Well done, XNE Leaves. And just like that, we have 2 competitors moving on to the third stage. And on that note, we're going to take a little break from this tournament. 12 of the Stage 1 survivors have taken on the second stage, and so far, 10 of them have shown to be no match for the revamped Stage 2. But while 10 have failed, 2 have proven that it can be beaten. First was the regular The Coffee Addict, clearing just before the klaxon sounded, and the other was veteran X Sunny Lees, clearing with just over 16 seconds. These two will be taking on the third stage for the first time ever next time. Before that, we have 6 more competitors left to take on the second stage in hopes of joining these two to the third stage. They are 6 of the top competitors of this course, 2 of which will be facing off with the second stage one last time before disappearing into retirement. How many of the final 6 can beat the second stage? And will all who survive Stage 2 be able to survive Stage 3 and beyond? We'll find out next time. Until then, go check out some of my other videos, like and subscribe, and make sure you follow me on Twitter at BubbaAce37 for more info on Ninja Warrior of Roblox and more. Oh, and make sure you stick around for some bonus footage I'll be showing you in a sec. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time in the Tournament 16 finale. Until next time, ciao peoples.
I knew he was gonna do something like that. I knew he was gonna do something like that.
Phil, talk.
Maybe his mic's muted. Boing! There we go.
It was.
That means he thinks he. Oh.
So much for that. Alright, there we go.
Keep that in. Keep that in.
Of course I'm keeping that in.